Okay, everybody, we're in part 2 of the video. I'm going to go over PAAS daily and maybe take a look at the weekly too, just to put things in perspective. Like I said, you got to look at all the time frames of the charts. And here's what we're looking at on the daily. Today we had a we pretty much had an inside day. I didn't actually, the trade that went off at 24.91 I think was a erroneous trade. I didn't see it break 24.98 or so. So I think it stayed with, it was an inside day, which is bullish. And down here at the MACD, it's still pointing up. The histogram had another positive bar. We still haven't had price confirm. You got the stochastic has confirmed here. You see it turn down and it turned right back up. Usually that's a sign of something, of a big move coming. You had very good volume today, you could see, and you saw what I illustrated before on the hourly, how there was volume coming into the, people wanted to get involved with PAAS today, which is a good sign. And basically you had an inside day after you had Monday, which was a very bullish day. Then Tuesday you had a little more upside, and then today it pulled back a little bit because the silver market, pulled back, got a little overextended. So hopefully, right now we get some upside tomorrow, and we finally push above that 18 and 45 day moving average, which 18 is at 25.25, 45 is at 25.54. The 25.50 area is really what I'm noticing as a key area. If we close above there, I think we're going to be off to the races. Or at the very least, we should test the previous uptrend line, which will probably be in the high 26s or close to 27. That's at the very least. We might actually touch that, consolidate a little bit as the Bollinger Band comes in a little bit, and then decide if we're going to take out the previous highs, which was about 28.25 or so. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to take a look at the PAAS weekly. And right here you can see you have all the moving averages are in bullish alignment. You got the 18 above the 45, above the 100. See, if as I pull it back, you can see the previous highs over here. This was in 2008. PAAS hit about $44. So if silver makes a run at its new highs, you can pretty much you have an idea of where it's heading to. It's heading considerably higher. Maybe to that area, or I would think it would head beyond if we make new highs. You had the big sell-off in the commodities where silver actually went to like $9, and that's where you bottomed here in late 2008. And that was around like $8 or so, and we've had a nice rally. And if you look at the MACD, it has come in, but it has not actually. It has crossed the downside barely. But if we close up a little more, we might actually eliminate that cross, which would be very, very bullish. The volume this week is going to crush last week's volume, which is good. And you have the stochastic that's come down to, it was overbought, it's now come down to 49 and 55, and the black line's curling up. So it might, if it, when the stochastic comes down halfway and turns back up, usually you have like some pretty big moves. As you can see, before in this market, it happened in early 2009. The stochastic came back down, and then it came back up, and you had a nice move from about 13 or so to 20, 24. So you can expect that kind of move. This might be a 24 to 48 or something like that. So that's something to take notice of if that actually does turn back up. When stochastic is a momentum indicator, so it's just there's more selling pressure when the stochastic is overbought and when it's pointing down. When it's pointing up and it's overbought, it could embed, which basically means a trend actually gets stronger. There's more people that want to get involved in the market. When it's right now, it's PAAS with the weekly, it was coming down, and the momentum has been stifled as it's held the moving average. The body of the candle is outside of the body of last week's candle, which is bullish, And if we wind up closing above 26, I would think next week is going to be a very good week for PAAS. So that's definitely something to take notice of also. So like I said, you got to keep everything in perspective. On USD chart, now this is what I've been talking about, the negative divergence in the dollar. Here, I'm going to show you this chart. You can see the RSI. It's made a new high, and then it made a new high here, and you've had two lower highs as it's headed higher. If you pull it back, scroll it down a little bit, you could see the MACD has not made a higher high yet also, and the histogram on the MACD is actually ticking down. The one thing in the bull's favor is the stochastic is embedded, which basically means it stays above 80 for 3 days in a row. Now, you really shouldn't expect short a market that is embedded until the stochastic crosses below 80. But in this scenario, basically, yeah, you shouldn't really bet against the dollar until it crosses below 80. But once it does, then you should expect it to run at least to the 18-day moving average, which is 86, 87. It isn't that far away, so that's not really what I'm looking at. I'm looking for this this breakout basically right here. There was a ascending triangle. I'm looking for that to be a false breakout, and I'm looking for it to pull back maybe to the 45-day moving average, which is about 84.10 right now, or maybe even possibly the 100-day, which is around 82. And it's rising. There's a lot of support in that 82 area. So if that happens, that's gonna be a considerable drop for the dollar, and that should definitely propel these commodities markets higher. I'm kind of seeing some bullish things in some stocks like X. I actually like crude oil a little bit. Got beaten up. And if you see here, like way back towards the end of 2009, I was bullish on the dollar. You see that falling bullish wedge. I was actually calling for the dollar to rise back then. Since then we've rallied hard in the dollar. We've rallied from 74 to 89 on the dollar in a matter of 5 or 6 months. So that's a huge move, and it really hasn't been any substantial correction. And I would think that we could be heading back to that 82 level. So be prepared. That would probably mean a decent bounce in the stock market, and it could also be the pretext for coming hyperinflation. Okay, I'm going to stop this right now, just so I allow myself enough time to fit it into YouTube, and I might post another video going over some other charts that I want to go over.